live from the loft. Let me know how the audio and the video is uh, before I get too deep into this. But I will tell you, it's just incredible, incredible to be able to go live from inside of here. And I am overdressed. I do not even need this hoodie, this sweatshirt on right now. It is so comfortable in the cabin. It is crazy. How you guys all doing today? Todd, man, it's just like you were here, Todd, like 20 minutes ago. Video's good? Good. How about audio? Audio okay? All right, let me scroll back to the beginning. For those that are new here, my name is Sean in Alaska. The way I handle these is I love to say hi to everybody. If I miss saying hi to you, give me another shout out. I don't want to miss anybody. And if you've got a question and I skip over it, don't hesitate and ask it again. Feel free to ask. You can ask it as many times as you want. If I've already answered it, I'll go ahead and I'll skip over it. If I miss it the first time, though, do me a favor and put it in caps so it pops right up here. I am using StreamYard, so I can't really pull up more stuff on the side panel than I probably could if I was using the YouTube one. But first person I saw in here today was Jerry Canadian. Good to see you, my friend. Charles and Annalyn from the Philippines. Good to see you as well. Camp Bell Off Grid. Mark, how you doing today? Karen, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here. Scrolling through and saying hi. Canadian says, and this is handed in a bowl of homemade pea soup. It's going to be a windy night tonight. A windy night in Canada. Joe, good you can make it, man. Glad to see you. Who else we got here that I haven't said hi to yet? Camp Bell saying, looks like you have insulation installed down pat. Fear a mistake if you do my rafter space. It's going to be an airline ticket, too. Deep South Alabama, Art. I can't wait for you to get up here, brother. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so neat seeing you do your build. It's going to be neat seeing somebody who knows how to build actually build something. Scroll through here, JD and SC, brother. Good to see you. I hope you and Rhonda are both doing incredibly well. Thank you guys all the time, man. Awesome, awesome people. Jim at Woolly Rhino Adventures on the Coho Coast. Jim, I don't know how warm you are there. Well, I do, kind of. I drove to the orange store this morning to pick up the last of the insulation that I needed today. And we'll get to that. But I don't need any more insulation. None. If you can tell by my face, I'm a pretty happy man right now. I do need to insulate the floors, but that's not going to happen until well into spring. That's when I'll worry about the outdoor stuff. But yeah, it was probably, I think, maybe 27 this morning when I was in Kenai. So getting pretty close. Steve Grounds, good to see you, Steve. Glad you could make it. Alan, good to see you as well. Glad you could pop in. Renice, good to see you as well. Man, all kinds of neat people here today, huh? Raccoon, good to see you as well. Stacy, Cabin Dweller, you made it to alive. She's got a great channel, guys. If you guys are not followers of Cabin Dweller, Stacy's in the Yukon, and where I'm 22 degrees Fahrenheit outside today. I imagine Stacy's a little bit colder up there. Marion, good to see you as well. Ward, good to see you, brother. LaRue, how are you doing today? Glad you could make it from Iowa. Navy Daves, he's on time once for a live. And I know I promised that I was going to change that intro, but when I spin this, I do have this camera working right. So when I spin it around, you'll see I've been a little bit busy this week. Nanny Goat Acres, good to see you. Glad you could make it. 55 degrees, just rub it in. I think my downstairs in the cabin's warmer than 55 degrees right now, though, which is pretty awesome. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. That's freaking awesome. Todd, again, brother, thank you, man. So awesome. And I'm going to have to get you on one of these lives so folks can meet you because you're a great individual. Matt, good to see you, my friend. Look at the loft. He's in the loft. It is, Stacy. It is warm in the loft. Right now, as I look at my temperature gauge, and it just keeps going up, it's 62 degrees. I am heating this entire cabin right now with a single buddy heater. I had 2 heaters going this morning to take the edge off. Don't think I'll need 2 heaters anymore. Pretty darn awesome. You do see insulation? Yes, you do. Kristen, glad you could make it. The other half of Steve and Kristen Grounds. Awesome. Karen says it's all good. Very good. Awesome. Thank you. Everything's great. I'm hearing from Marion. Fantastic. Guys, let me know if something happens because I've never streamed from the loft before. So, I know my signal seems pretty good. Lupo, good to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it from the Netherlands. Very cool. It's 37 degrees in north central Iowa. Trail Camp Pete, good to see you. Lone Wolf, It is comfy. It's not done. I have to do quite a bit more work on it, but it's pretty darn comfy. David Briggs, glad you could make it. Awesome to see you. Russell at Raspberry Rock Off Grid, the man with the greatest live videos or the live sessions I have ever had the pleasure of joining. If you guys don't follow Russell, you need to follow Russell. He has awesome videos and he is a freaking hoot. Sarah Boss, good, glad you could make it. Awesome to see you. Ginger, welcome. Glad you could pop in today. I'll have to check that out when I get some spare time. I haven't had a lot of spare time lately. Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. If you want any tips on grilling, Scotty's channel's the place to go. Scotty and I grew up together, and that man is a grilling machine. Lord Vader. Glad you can make it. Darth, good to see you. Built on the Rock Homestead. Glad you could pop in. Listen while straining goat's milk. Very cool. Surviving behind liberal lines. Glad you could make it from California. What part, man? Because I'm from. I was born in San Francisco, but I'm from Tuolumne County. Lived in Marin County, lived in Sonoma County, but I lived in Tuolumne County the longest. And I agree with your statement. Jill, glad you could make it from Minnesota. Nice. Jill, you're not watching the game? My daughter's like texting me whatever's going to happen in the game, so I don't have to watch it. Vineyard Farmhouse, glad you could make it. You guys have gotten so much rain this season. It's crazy. Let me spin this around here. Make sure I got my lighting going right. That's a little too dark. That's a little bit better. Liz, glad you could make it. Right, Art? Looking forward to sitting by a fire. Steak should be, steaks will be part of it. And I hope your boy's coming up to make some of those desserts too, because those were yummy, man. Those were yummy. Okay, San Diego. Very cool. I must be catching up. San Diego is got the greatest weather in the entire state of California when it's not pouring rain. But I mean, it was, I could not believe how beautiful the weather was there. Right, Matt? Yeah. Well, because I go live at 1 o'clock. My daughter told me, I go, what time's the game? She goes, we had it figured out that it was like at 2:30 that it was going to happen. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll watch the game because that's after my live. But no, I'm going live at 1 o'clock and hanging out with you guys. That's part of my routine now. I know, right, Jill? They're on as we speak. I did. I got a lot more done than that. So you guys want an update? Morgan. How the heck are you, brother? Awesome. Stacy, Morgan's here. It is so awesome to see you, my friend. So awesome to see you. Okay, do you guys want a sneak peek of why I've been so busy? I mean, just let me know. If you don't, we could just chit chat. You guys can ask some questions, and I'll go ahead and freaking answer whatever you want to see. Big Bear Prepper, how you doing today? That's awesome to hear, Morgan. That is awesome to hear. Oh, dude, you rock. That is so freaking nice, man. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Sneak peek for the live won't hurt. You know, I do that. The only reason why I'm doing that is because you guys are here for the live, right? And Renice, I'll come back and I'll answer this in a minute. So I'm going to pick up the camera and show you what we've got done so far. This was in my last video, right? Doing this and doing that. That was in the last video. I'm a little bit ahead. Cecilia, good to see you. Right? Because what you haven't seen yet is that the entire ceiling is not only done, but I have installed vapor barrier on the entire ceiling except for that gable end. But that entire gable end is insulated. So at this point, this entire cabin is 100% insulated except for the floor. It's done. And like I said, I've got the vapor barrier up on the ceiling coming down to the walls. We got this side over here done. Todd helped me because hanging vapor barrier with one person would just be incredibly doable, but difficult. And Todd said, no, dude, I'll help you do it. So we got this side done yesterday. Just before the live today, we got this side done. And I'm super excited. And then when Todd came over this morning, I was already cutting insulation because I'd run to Kenai to pick up those last bats. I was already cutting insulation for that back wall. So this entire cabin is officially completely closed in. There is no part of it other than the floor that's not insulated. Even with that said, it is so nice in here. I mean, I'm working in here. I had 2 heaters going this morning to get the heat up, but I'm working in here in just a t-shirt earlier today. I just didn't think you wanted to see me with the t-shirt on here, but super, super, super satisfied. Oh, and here, let me give you a peek out my bedroom window, because that's what the loft is. That's what I get to look at every morning when the sun comes up out my bedroom window. Right? It's kind of terrible, huh? I mean, man, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that view. So cool. Uh-oh. I got a little bit washed out there. There we go. So let me scroll back up here to where I stopped off with Renice's comment. How much longer before I get it all done? I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Russell, how much longer till you finish your cabin? And how long have you been living in it? So it'll be a while. My plan going forward is I still have to insulate, or I still have to vapor barrier the bottom walls. I have to cut in the vapor barrier on the loft on the sides. And then I'll be completely, the vapor barrier will be done. And then I have to frame out the bathroom, frame out the pantry, and then I'm probably moving in. So I could be living, I probably will be living in here before the end of January, before the end of this month. But my plan is that during the winter, I'll do interior work. During the summer, I'll do exterior work, because I have a whole bunch of plans for what I want to do this summer. So I got to get the outside stuff done when I can be outside, and I have to get the inside stuff done when I have nothing else to do, which will be winter. So it'll be pretty makeshift for most of this summer inside, but it'll be very livable. I want to replace the flooring that I have, the temporary flooring that I have on the loft. I want to go with some 3/4 inch, either OSB or plywood, and then build up from there. I still have to build the staircase to get up to the loft, because right now I'm using a 12-foot ladder to get up here. So I won't be sleeping up here anytime soon, but ton of stuff to do, and it's going to be a long time. And I'll be adding on to the cabin eventually. It's probably going to be a lifelong project, but I'm loving every minute of it. It's so awesome. Everybody wanted the sneak peek. Everybody saw the sneak peek. I said hi to Cecilia. Good to see you as well. Jasmine Bop, glad you can make it. Awesome to see you. Thank you very much, Joe. Greatly appreciate that. Morgan, been up and down, packing my house up. Going to be moving out to your property. I'm finally going to get that cabin put together, dude. That is so freaking awesome. Thank you. And if you get down here to go fishing, we have to hook up. Even if we don't fish, if you get down to the peninsula during sockeye season, we got to get you over here, man. We'll grill some steaks and just kick back and have a few. It'll be an awesome, awesome time. I am extremely excited. Let me go back to Morgan's comment here from Another Life Off Grid. He basically, he's got a video on it that'll explain it, but he put in a bid on a piece of property, and he was building a log cabin. He's been trying to get that done, and he said some other stuff happened in the way. But if you want a neat channel with a great young guy, man, I think Morgan's going to be an awesome, awesome channel for you. You get to see something from the ground up. I don't know if you're still planning on doing logs or not, Morgan. But if you are, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be freaking awesome, because I still want to build something with logs. I am. Jill, right? So exciting. No, I haven't had. Well, this morning when I came in, asking about the ice issues. So this morning when I came in, there was ice on the windows, obviously, because I didn't have the whole thing insulated. And going forward, we'll have to see what happens. But not running constant heat in here is going to be an issue. But at this point, there is, no ice on the windows at all. Everything's thawed out. Everything's warmed up. And I'm still sitting right at 62 degrees up here right now off the one heater. And I don't look for ice inside to be an issue going forward, as long as I keep the heaters running in here. Thank you very much, Marion. Thank you very much. Right? It's not that it's difficult. And mind you, the insulation was pretty straightforward and pretty easy. But to install the insulation here in this part only took a 9-foot ladder. But to install the insulation over the living room part where I have no loft or anything required the scaffolding, and it's still in here. But I had to climb up on the scaffolding. I had to. I ended up cutting my long sections into 4-foot pieces and put the first piece in all the way down, and then use the 12-foot ladder to put the next piece in, and then use the scaffolding to put the next piece in, the short scaffolding to put the next piece in, and then pack the corners if I came in low. So it was just monotonous, monotonous. Leslie Lindsley, glad you can make it. Awesome to see you. Karen, you have, well, I'm sure you can tell by the grin on my face that I'm pretty darn happy, right? Very happy. It is super, super sweet, super sweet. And that, yeah, I agree, Stacy, right? That is a gorgeous, gorgeous view to have to wake up to every day. Alan, how you doing? Good to see you in West Virginia. Awesome, you could join us today. Thank you, LaRue. It's been, man, it's been a long time coming. You know, it's this is a dream I've had for many, many, many years, and you know, I guess I'm just proof for people out there that if you have a dream and you really want it, just do whatever it takes to get it and chase it and do it, and you can. I mean, shoot, like I said, I'm 60 years old and I'm climbing up and down on ladders and scaffolding and everything else uh, to make this happen. And you know, I built this thing pretty much by myself. I had some help in some key areas. You know, when like Todd coming over today and helping with the vapor barrier, he was instrumental in the rafters. But you know, you never know if you can do something until you try it. And if you really want to do something bad enough, you'll figure out how to make it happen. And I'm so stoked at that. So stoked at that. I agree. Not too shabby a view at all. Stacy, 15 more years. You're not done with your place either. How long have you lived there? Oh. Granny Lana, good to see you. Glad you could make it today. Awesome. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. The Little Busy House. Awesome. You could join as well. Russell, 15 generations from now, a future descendant puts a railing on the deck and announces the cabin is finished. I was in his live the other night, and I forget who it was, but they donated like $20 towards the railing on Russell's deck, and I think that's like an ongoing pet peeve. You know, all these people now are like, "You have no railing on your deck." Morton from Norway, awesome! Glad you could make it. Very cool. Get it over there, Ward. You'll find one. William Keel, good to meet you. Glad you could hop in. Thank you very much. Scrolling through. Right, Jill? It never ends. Your house is a testimony to that. I have decided, though, that I'm going to build the kitchen cabinets. Excuse me. I'm not, with the price of what kitchen cabinets cost, and I know what I want. And my kitchen is going to be more leaning towards a commercial kitchen when it's done, because I want counter space that I can roll dough on, that I could make bread on, that I could do all. So it, I'm not really interested in fluffy, fancy looking cabinets. So I'm going to make some sturdy, usable, durable cabinets for that kitchen. Right on, yes, brother. That would be a great, great time if you could get down here, man. I guarantee you, I grill a good steak. I guarantee it. Thank you for mentioning that. I never like to mention it myself, but every time you hit the thumbs up, it tells YouTube, hey, people like this. Maybe we should suggest it to more people. I was out at the back 40 cabin last night. It's looking great. Right on. Camp Bell. So our camp's been up since 2019. I'm still staring at pink insulation finished interior. Yeah, there's the main thing was to get the vapor barrier up because I did not want the floaties to keep coming down. It was driving me nuts. There'll be a ton of changes. I still have to put in heat. I still have to put in the kitchen. I still have to, I have to plumb the place. I have to run the limited wiring that I'm going to be running. I have to get that done. Um, like I said, I haven't mentioned this, but I want to build a small outrigger building out the side here that's going to house the generator, to keep it out of the weather, and maybe be big enough so that I can park the snowblower in there as well to keep it out of the weather. Eventually, I'm going to kick a bedroom off to this side because, eventually I'm not going to want to keep coming upstairs as I get older. So it'd be nice just to walk into a bedroom on the lower floor. So yeah, it'll be changing all the time. Awesome. I love that, man. I love that. Matt A. Kid, love to build out of logs, but not for the primary house. Maybe something in the bush. I'm thinking that I'd like to do a log cabin on the property here. I'd have to get the logs though, because I don't really have stuff that's big enough that I can keep warm, and build a bunkhouse for, you know, or a small little kind of cabin thing for people when they come up and visit. When my family comes up, when my kids and grandkids come up, and then as my grandkids get older, that would be their house. So yeah, I'd like to do something with logs though. I That was originally what I wanted to do here, which would have really been a nightmare because I've never worked with logs at all. But obviously, I've never built anything before either. But I would like to do something with logs going down the road. Liz, I am very comfortable right now. Super comfortable right now. They do take time, but I don't know if it's a quote I read or if it's just something that hit my mind one day. Well, I know that there was a quote. The first part is a quote I read. The best time to start something was yesterday, and the second best time to start something is today. All right. The third best time would be tomorrow, but unfortunately, tomorrow doesn't have a set date, right? Tomorrow can just keep moving out on you. So take baby steps. Do one little thing first to get you towards that next little thing, to get you towards the next one. And before you know it, I mean, this last 7 months just escaped from me. Just completely ran away. I cannot tell you that 8 months ago I would think I would be where I'm at right now. But it just started and I just didn't stop. I just kept going. How am I setting up my temporary kitchen? Probably on this table. So if you've been watching videos and you saw the table that I bought when I was on the property before I had the driveway put in and I was camped in a tent out here, I bought this folding table, and I had my cook stove sat on top. That's probably what I'll have. I'll probably have my cook stove sat on top, a couple of my herbs. I'll throw a couple of boxes maybe against the wall to store some spices and herbs and that kind of stuff, and we'll do a camp stove to begin with. Have I started naming my neighbor critters yet? No, not yet. I take that back. I have shrews that run around here, and as far as I'm concerned, every shrew, his name is Steve. So that's the only one that has a name, but they're all Steve because I can't tell if it's a Steve or a Stephanie. So boom. That is awesome to me because if I can inspire one single person out there that has watched anything that I have done to maybe try and do something that they want to do, that has made everything worthwhile. That has made everything exciting. To me, that is the best thing that you can be to anyone in my view, is an inspiration to them. Definitely. A big shout out to Todd and Ward. Definitely. But you have things all set up, come you be like, nah, I can take a Reno break. No, not because I have too many things I want to do. And because everybody likes watching what I'm doing. And everybody holds me to the carpet about, dude, it shouldn't take you that long, or when are you going to do this, or you need to start that, or how come you didn't do this, or um, and I just love the fact that I get to share that with everybody. Will, brother Will, chicken wrangler. Scotty with a score 7-7. Okay, I can live with a tie. Uh-oh. Boy, that thing just jumped. Where'd we go? I'm way behind. Let me get caught up here. Yeah, that's a winter project, right? That's a winter project. Rebel Canner, glad you can make it. Awesome to see you here. Everybody saying hello, hello, hello. Man, if everybody's saying hello, I can catch up. My brother built a temporary kitchen 12 years ago, far too useful to change for something pretty. Right, and So a temporary kitchen for me will be basically just the Coleman stove on here, but I would like. I'm at the point now where I'm thinking I'm going to get a commercial grade Wolf range uh, oven and stove in here, and then countertop, butcher block countertop all the way, so that I can have, like I said, I want to build an outdoor oven, um, an outdoor wood fired oven, so I can make just some screaming baguettes and French bread, and I love doing that kind of stuff. I love baking, I love cooking, so yeah. Eventually, I'll need to have the full born one, but I don't need, all the fancy trim. Although I'll probably trim everything out. I don't need the sliding lazy susans that come out of the bottom, and the spice racks that are all. I'll do all that myself. I'll figure all that out myself. Uh-oh, Scotty with the next update, 14-7. You're gonna have to put a V next to wherever the Vikings score is, Scotty. I know you're a Packer and a Raider fan, but you're gonna need to put that V there. Dan, good to see you, my friend. Glad you make it. Hey, better late than never. Awesome. And if you can only stay for 5 minutes, that's fine too. I appreciate every bit of it. Gary B, how you doing? Nice to see you catching a little bit of the live. Yes. Am I going to go solar? Jill's asking. I am going to go solar. I really have no alternative. I can bring power into my property, but the price is just ridiculous. And for that price, I can create a nice little solar system. But so maybe 7 months out of the year, solar is not a problem. I can get all the power I need from solar. The other problem, the big problem is the other 5 months out of the year when the sun is so low on the horizon and our days are so short that solar is a waste of time. At which point I'll be topping everything off with a generator. So it'll be a little bit of both. Oliver, glad you can make it, my friend. Getting your steak ready. Awesome. Very cool. William R., I'm planning on starting a procrastinators club tomorrow. Procrastinators of the world unite. Maybe. Someday. Tomorrow. Eves, glad you could make it. Awesome to see you. You're an inspiration. By the way, I agree on a proper kitchen. You spend so much time there. Exactly, right? I mean, to me, probably, and to you guys out there, I'd love to hear your comments on it too. The most used room in your house, besides the water closet, the restroom, is the kitchen. So make it right? I mean, design it so that it works 100% for you. Will wants to know why not take the stove and the fridge out of the trailer, because I think I've got a couple of people that are interested in the trailer, and if they want the trailer to do their version of what I'm doing, I'd rather let them get the whole thing complete. That and the oven in that trailer is too small to bake. And I don't like the way, I mean, even when I make biscuits in there, it burns the bottom of them because the way those ovens are. They're not that great. You don't name your food. I don't name my food anyway. Thank you, Lindsay. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that, man. Oh, there we go. Nice. There we go. So yeah, Steve works. Right? The kitchen takes up a quarter of the house. It is so awesome for me to see what I've been able to get done. Never really am off either. I've had some pretty hairy expenses going up there after a few beers. Yeah. Don't think it won't, because that wood fired oven will be for some of the finest pizza you've ever had in your life. Baked at 650 to 700 degrees, ready in about 7 minutes. Oh, I can taste it now. I actually prefer wood butcher block for all dough products. And then you just go through with some hot water, boiling water, pour it on there. It'll bring everything right out, and then you go ahead and re-oil it again. But I've worked on wood benches almost my entire life, so with dough stuff. Seeing icicles in the trailer. There are icicles in the trailer, man. Homesteading Northern Michigan. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? A recliner in the kitchen sounds great, Jerry. So your wife can feed you cookies, right? Gator, Mr. 100, my actual 100th subscriber. Awesome guy. Everybody's saying hi. I love that. I'm almost caught back up again. That's even better. Geneva, how are you? I am doing fantastic. I hope you're doing well. If Will were to ever see a trailer come near his property again, he would probably shoot me. Jewish Redneck Prepper, shalom to you as well. I'm all caught up. That's awesome. So what else can I answer for you? What else would you guys like to see? William R. wants to know, am I planning on raising my own lamb, roasts, steaks, chops, etc.? Raising large livestock would be kind of difficult for me because I don't have any grazing room. I only have like an acre and a half here. So I don't have any room for them to graze, and I don't have anything for them to graze on, which means I would have to feed them out, which would be very expensive. With that said, I have thought it'd be nice to get a couple of pigs, raise some for ham and bacon, pork chops. I love pork chops. I haven't thought about lamb. I haven't thought about goats, although I've kind of tossed that around because goat milk would make cheese, and I know how to make cheese, so it'd be kind of fun to play around with that. But I think my first foray into livestock besides the chickens would probably be meat birds, and then after that, more than likely, it would be hogs. Just got online. How's it 65 in there? Because Ray, it's all insulated. The whole place is insulated now, and I'll spin it around for anybody who showed up late. Right? Vapor barrier on the wall or on the ceilings. Insulated all the way at the other end. More vapor barrier all the way around the ceiling. So yeah, for anybody who just got here, insulation, vapor barrier. Well, insulation's done 100% now. Vapor barrier, I guess I'm past the 50% mark because the ceiling is done. And then that'll be you'll see the insulation for sure in the next video, me finishing it, except for that gable end. And depending on how long I make it, you might see the vapor barrier as well. Karen, you didn't get a notification, huh? Son of a gun. Todd didn't get one until he said remind me. So just make sure that if obviously you're subscribed to the channel, just make sure that you have that little bell rung so you get all notifications. I usually get them, but I usually get them like 30 minutes before somebody's going to go live. And then I won't get another one after that until they actually go live. Big Bear wants to know if I'm doing drywall or something else. I'll do some drywall in the bathroom, the green board for waterproofing. I'll do that where the shower and bathtub and stuff are going to be located. Other than that, probably no. I'm kind of thinking maybe some in the kitchen above the counters, but the rest of the house is probably all going to be wood. And then I'll pick up some cedar fence posts more than likely and do the entire bathroom in cedar because cedar can handle the moisture with no problem at all. And if there's going to be any sheetrock in here, any drywall in here at all, it's just going to be very limited and probably regulated to the bathroom or relegated to the bathroom over anything else. The only reason why I might do more of it in the kitchen is because it's an easy surface to clean. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, that does help the channel. If you hit the thumbs up, then people think you like it. And YouTube sees enough of that, they go, hey, let's suggest this to other people. Navy Dave wants to know what's my main camera for pics and vids. I use this thing, the cell phone, for a ton of stuff. For anything that you see where it's close up, it's the cell phone. For anything else, it's that right there. That's a Canon T7i, and it's a digital camera, and it's pretty awesome. It's worked out pretty well for me. Then I have the shotgun microphone on there that I've been using inside because there's like no echo here anymore. And then I picked up some remote wireless microphones also for that camera, which I'll probably use more of in the spring and the summer. But honestly, if anybody wanted to do something like this, you could just do it with a cell phone. There are guys who have great channels that just do nothing but, and some of the most beautiful um, videography that you'll ever see that just use a cell phone. So use whatever camera you got, man. Yep, laying hens and I have I have laying hens now. They're not laying; they're hens though. But meat chickens are something I'd like to do. But before I get into that, I have to really be set up for my food storage. So I need to make sure that I can keep stuff frozen and refrigerated um, because I'd hate to do it and not not be able to have a place to store the meat. Robert, glad you could make it, my friend. Thank you for joining me today. LaRue, understand completely. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day, and I'm glad you could spend the time with me. You did. Scrolling through here more. I am looking for a wood stove, but I kind of know what I like, what I really want, so I can kind of bide my time until I get there. Propane's not ideal to heat with right now, but I, I'm not going to cut a hole in the roof this winter. I'm going to wait to do that in the spring. So even if I bought a wood stove, I wouldn't install it. I wouldn't be able to use it right now. My cabin is now warmer than your apartment without turning on any heat. Your place stays at about 60. Awesome. I know it's warmer than the trailer. When you walk in from outside, it's like, wow, huge difference. Dan Lahman, very good job, Sean. I'm so impressed with your ability to be able to conquer this mission. Awesome job to you and your wonderful friends. Thank you very much, man. I honestly believe you can teach yourself to do anything. You really can. If you, except I can't teach myself to play a musical instrument. But someday I will. But I really do think that if you put your mind to something, you can make it happen. Sean, are you setting yourself up with solar, propane, fridge, or electric? It's going to be solar, and I'm going back and forth with the propane fridge or the electric. Unique brands makes some nice stuff, but it's pretty pricey. Um, but at the same time, if I bought that, I'd never have to worry about it again. I just have to have propane, and I think they're dual propane or electric. When I get to that point, I'll pull the trigger and make that decision. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stick with it. I may, we'll see what happens, and I may have to change it going down the road. But I'm really open to whatever's going to work the best. Gary, glad you could make it. Awesome to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. 70s wood paneling all around and avocado green appliances. Right there, right there. A little funk music playing in the background. Plastic tablecloths. We got it. Thank you very much for popping in, Busy Little House. Greatly appreciate it. Sean, let's take a moment to realize you're sitting in the loft of your cabin you've been dreaming of for years and see that grin. Right, brother? Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I was talking to my mom the other day, and I said, here's where I'm at with the cabin. Here's what's going on, everything else. She goes, your brothers are completely blown away. They can't believe you actually did it. Keith, glad you can make it. Awesome to see you. Marcus, glad you could pop in. It is awesome to be in the loft. It is awesome to be in the loft. Well, the reason I mentioned Mountain Maple Ranch is because I thought I learned about them from you. I wasn't. Oh no, you can randomly plug other channels too. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't. I've never heard of them before. And just so you know, guys, there's like Scotty is in here, and if you've got a channel, just let Scotty know, and Scotty will go ahead and share the link while we're in here. Uh, because I pretty much feel that comfortable about anybody who's hanging out with me. I got to figure they're just as nuts as I am, so they probably have some fun stuff to watch. But I don't mind if you plug another channel, not at all. Scotty's building this barbecue shack in the spring. Very cool. Renice is asking, when I can no longer climb the stairs to the loft, then what? That's why I discussed building the bedroom downstairs. So it'll all be on one level floor, and I do have a plan for doing that in the future. Right? I still call the hammer lightning. And it wasn't a joke. It was honest to goodness truth. I'm using a hammer stapler on the and hitting every single time. I mean, almost never missing today. And I'm like, man, that would have been funny to watch last year. Alan's asking, am I thinking about doing a patch of inside siding enough that you can mount your direct vent propane heater just to get you through the winter? I don't know yet. The main thing right now is just to get in here. That's the big thing for me. Um, I thought about that, but I don't know if I'm going to go that route. I'll know more in the next couple of weeks which route I'm going to go. R.E. Hill, awesome you pop in. Good to see you. Definitely kill temperature here. Definitely kill temperature in the cabin. I think Ward just pulled up, actually. Matt, have a great day. Thanks for popping in, my friend. Good to see you. And who's at the door? It's Ward. Come on in, man. Lopi stoves are beautiful, but they're a little pricey. So they're pretty much out of my price range, but I would love to get one. Todd says mine is AC and LP and draws a lot of AC in the summer. Okay, in the winter you run LP. Okay, cool, Todd. Awesome. You heat around 1,100 square feet for 40 a month. That's cheap. That's very reasonable. Howie, Food Formist Permaculture. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it. And you never use a blower? Granny, awesome. Very cool. Yeah, Bill, I've already ordered my solar powered stair lift. We get the crank ones, right? Because you see all the old men and they're like all in wheelchairs, but they're rolling themselves along. So if we can figure out how to get that so that we can roll up the stairs, that would be perfect. Everybody's yelling, Ward, Ward, Ward. Oh, I don't think anybody realizes how awesome this is for me right now. How incredibly fantastic this is. An elevator. Oh,
I had to grab a beer.
oh, okay. You coming up?
This is so nice. Oh my god.
Oh, you're just having one today, I see.
Yeah, just one. Just one.
Go ahead and dig the chair out and pop
Yeah.
on over if you want. Oh. Say hi, Ward.
Hi. Just one.
Ward's just having one beer today.
Yeah, just one.
Foster's, it's Australian for beer, mate.
Oh. Sean.
Jill, I see you like beer.
Sean.
The bigger question is, do you like bourbon?
No.
Ward or me? Ward doesn't. Sean's an Irish whiskey guy. So I am a huge fan of Tullamore Dew or any really good Irish whiskey. And that means I don't really drink Jameson's. Or some Bushmills is okay. But I'm a huge fan of good Irish whiskey. I'm not really a bourbon guy. Ward, Karen says hi.
Hello, Karen.
Renee says hi.
She already said hi to me.
I had a Lopi fireplace insert with a squirrel cage fan. It was great. If I had to do it over, I'd skip the built and fan and get the one that sits on top of the power. Yep, and that's what I'll do is when I get the wood stove, I'll actually have the heat operated fan sitting on top. Everybody, Ward.
And Scotty told me to come over.
JD says, glad you upgraded the beer.
Yeah, you know it.
Foster's. Liz, good impression.
What?
When I said Foster's, it's Australian for beer, mate.
I was talking to my Aussie mate yesterday.
Oh, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So I figured I'd grab a Foster's and come on over.
Much appreciated. So what else has what else can I answer for you? What else do you guys want to see while I'm in here? Has everybody seen? You know what? Again, I'll just do it right now because I don't know who else has joined and who hasn't about where I'm actually at with the cabin. And you only get this because you guys are at the live, because I won't share the sneak peeks anymore like it was before. But all the insulation is 100% done, and all of the vapor barrier on the ceiling is completed 100%. Right? And then this is going to be time consuming for me because I actually have to cut this vapor barrier to slide it down because of the way that I did my floor joists on the loft. So that's going to take me a little bit of time, but everything else here is done. And then this is the view out my bedroom window for anyone who hasn't seen it. Right? So when I look down, that's what I see. When I look straight out, that's what I see. And then from about stand-up height, the window's dirty. Look at that. Ward had to pull his sweatshirt off.
Yep. And I got your favorite t-shirt on.
I wonder if beer thinks about me too. Awesome.
I was thinking about you, man. Don't call, don't write, don't tell me you love me anymore.
Right. It's been a busy week. I talked to you the other day. You sent me the picture from the brewery, and I was like, no, I'm working. Because I was off.
You were doing insulation.
Yeah. Ward was a Corona guy, but he upgraded his beer for today. Renice wants to know what kind of dog I will get. It'll either be an Australian Shepherd or Border Collie, more than likely. I love those dogs. They're so smart, and they're awesome dogs. Dan Lehman, we're totally going to have one after another, after another, after another. Yep. Glad to see you, Ward.
Glad to see you, Dan.
Frank, glad to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it.
I made it, Scotty.
Thank you very much. Yep, Scotty, he's here. What will I do for a bed, couch, table, chairs, etc.? I'm probably going to build them. I'm going to build the table for sure. I'd like, something like a nice big trestle table and then a small table. And then that way I'll have a big table for when friends and family are over and we're doing barbecuing and that kind of stuff, or cooking dinner, and big meals. But the bed I'll probably build myself because that's not that hard to do. After this, I'm pretty sure I can frame up a bed. Chairs are probably something I'll buy, though, because chairs are a little more difficult to build right. I build aerotic chairs, but then everybody be sitting like this and trying to eat. That wouldn't work. Those fans were on sale. We don't have Princess Auto up here. I see on Mapleberry Farm, Ashley and Jeremy are always going to Princess Auto, and that store has everything. And we don't really have a store like that in Alaska. I wish we did, because then I could buy a lot of that stuff. I do have an Amazon wish list. I've had a couple of people ask about it, and basically all I had on there was like coffee and camera gear and that kind of stuff. And I had a couple of people ask me to put stuff for the cabin on there, so I have done that as well. And you could find that in the show notes of pretty much any video that I did, except for this one. My live ones, I don't have those show notes available. Sorry, I couldn't hear, so I had to screenshot and go read. Okay. I need to get Ward to dress up in a moose costume and run through the backwoods during my next live.
No. No.
Amy, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here. Did I buy the next lot over as I mentioned it first? I didn't, and someone else bought it, and they were going to move on to it and do what I'm doing, build a house and everything else. But they moved. So there might still be an opportunity down the road to get with them and maybe purchase that piece of land from them.
And what was that lot cost?
I could have got it for 10 grand back then.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do everything cash, and I've got some other bills that I want to make sure I get taken care of first, so that I can build enough of a cushion to get the things that I want to get for this place. But an acre and a half of land, and I haven't used a third of it. I mean, even just my driveway coming to where the cabin's at right now is not even a third of the depth of my lot. So I have a lot of room to grow here still. Sean, cabin's really looking great. You and Ward have a great evening. Thanks, Gary B. Awesome to see you, my friend. Glad you could pop in for a bit. No, it's supposed to be 17-7 Vikings. No bad news, Scotty. No bad news during the live. Okay.
We're not going to go there.
Granny Lana you don't have a Princess Auto there either. that's a neat looking store. I really wish we had one because they have freaking everything in that store. Liz, favorite pups, border collie. I like them too. Oh, Amy, you referred to by Ashley and Jeremy from Mapleberry Farms. Awesome, very cool. They're neat people. They're awesome. They released a video this morning, and I usually watch it right off the bat when I see it on Sunday morning. But today was run around and get everything done so I could have everything finished for the live, as finished as it was going to be for this weekend anyway. I am staying in the cabin next weekend though, so I'm off Friday again. Next week I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I will be sleeping in the cabin Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You should stay in here tonight.
I got to work tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah.
I got too much stuff I got to get ready.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. JD says y'all have done a great job. Can't think of anything to ask, but what kind of AC unit is Ward going to recommend?
Open the window.
So Brother Will was over here today, and it was like the first time that he'd been in here since I'd got actually the first time since I had all the insulation in, but since I had the vapor barrier up and the heaters were running in here. And he walked in and he was like, holy smokes. And he walked over and opened up the downstairs window and opened up this upstairs window, and it was like a tunnel of cold just running through the house. So then we closed them all up again, but that'll answer the question about what happens if it gets too warm in the loft. I have screens for both windows. So when it gets too warm in the summer, I open the downstairs window, I open the upstairs window, and it just cools right down. Sean needs a sugar mama. There's no such thing.
No.
There's no such thing as a sugar daddy either. You know, I'm sorry. I don't really think they exist. Yeah, see? We have that. We have Cabela's up in Anchorage, but that's what, 3 hours?
Is that what Princess Auto is?
No, it's next door to Cabela's.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what Princess Auto is.
Tell Ward there's beer in him if he does. Ward knows me too well. I'll say, yeah, okay, I'll get you a 12-pack, right?
Yeah.
And then, so the last time I bought him a 12-pack. He came over and helped me out, right?
Here we go again.
I left the 12-pack inside the cabin because it wasn't that cold. Well, then it got really cold. So I took the 12-pack and put it in the trailer, and I drank his 12-pack. So he knows that.
I think I had 2.
Yeah, he had maybe 2. Menards. We don't need Menards. We have Spenards.
Yeah, right. Same thing.
So, same thing, but with an SP instead of an M. Oh, Todd's saying it's like a Harbor Freight in USA. It's not, because I've seen pictures of the inside. The stuff they have, they're huge, and the stuff they have is just phenomenal. Oh, Dan's saying it is. It's more or less like a Harbor Freight. I actually sent Harbor Freight an email saying, please open a store in Alaska. They said, we have no future plans of a store in Alaska. Awesome.
Well, like they have everything?
What? Future plans of
Or
Princess Auto. Yeah, they have like tons of stuff. They've got like 12-volt stuff. They've got regular stuff. They've got chainsaws. They've got all kinds of stuff. Stuff to clean your house with. It's a surplus supply as well, Jerry's saying. I'm jealous, Granny Lana. We have Harbor Freight an hour or so away. That would be close enough for me.
Yep.
Princess Auto has way more because it's also a surplus supply as well. I didn't know that. Okay. Amy's saying Harbor Freight small here. Menards looks to be similar to Princess Auto. Oh, I didn't. I thought Menards was just a hardware lumber store. Oh, really, Scotty? It's huge. Has everything from eggs to lumber. Okay, wow. I didn't realize Menards. Okay, we need a Menards then.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we need Spenards to drop the SP and put an N in front of it. Smiley, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here, my friend. So if I missed anybody's comment or question that you wanted me to answer or discuss, then pop it in now, because we're getting towards the end of the live, and I want to make sure I get everybody taken care of. Me and you Acres. Scotty, share these guys' channel because they're awesome people. I hope you guys are doing great, Mike and Angie. I hope you are well. Little Fish in the Kitchen is also here. I got to jump back to Mike and Angie, though, at Me and You Acres. I just wanted to show you that I'm sitting next to my window, and there are no blankets on this window. No blankets required. That's our inside inside joke with those guys.
Yeah.
They'd say, I don't know how we're going to keep this warm. And I'd say, have you heard of blankets? Plus, their supplies are a little better in the orange store. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, right? Move out of the way, Spenards. Menards, come on in. And we could probably do it now because our local Spenards right down the street's roof collapsed with the snow.
They're open.
I know they're open now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you had to go through the side door. You can't go through the front door. Princess Auto had camp stoves with pipes for $89 this week. See, they have some great, cheap stuff. I've never really been a big Cabela's fan. I love going in the stores, but their prices sometimes are crazy. But they've got some neat stuff. Any bears getting the chicken? Amy, right now, all the bears are asleep. Well, most of the bears are asleep. I'm sure there's a couple of them walking around. But I have had no bear issues on the property at all with the chickens. None whatsoever. The only issue I have had is one of the new neighbors has a dog, and when they walk, the dog runs, and he likes to run up my driveway. And he hasn't attacked the chickens because they're fenced in, but he scares the heck out of them. Camp Bell, thank you very much, man. Awesome to have you here, Mark. I hope you have a fantastic week yourself. You guys are killing it too, Mike, Angie. You guys are just freaking doing awesome. How are the ladies of the Black Beauties doing? And that's what Karen calls the Black Australorps, the Black Beauties. They're doing great. I started feeding them black oil sunflower seeds as well, and that seems to have helped them out, adding some extra weight to them and hopefully it'll push them through the molt a little bit faster. The Rhode Island Reds, but they're doing good. They're all happy. They're all cheerful. But the weather's got a lot to do with that too. It's been a lot warmer this January than I've ever seen. Jump through real quick. So Canadian, snow collapses the roof, but hey, come on in, right? So Alaskan too. What do you mean the snow? What do you mean the roof collapsed? Didn't you get a snowblower up on top of that thing?
And they were going to do it the next day.
Yeah, but they just waited too long. Next to my Safeway store that I work at is Sportsman's Warehouse, which is an awesome sporting goods store. And every time we have a snowstorm now, they actually hire crews that go up there with snowblowers and blow. They'll like security tape the front off, and then they'll blow all the snow right off into the parking lot. Russell, thank you very much, my friend. Awesome. Very cool. Next piece of insulation's on you. I'll put it in the floor. So keep my feet warm. Warm my heart, brother. All right, folks, we've been at this for an hour. I want to thank each and every one of you for spending some time with me and taking the time out of your busy day to hang out with me on the live. Inside the loft, inside the fully insulated, partially vapor barriered, almost ready to move into cabin. I greatly appreciate it. And warm. Much warmer. That's going to do it for me, guys. Have a fantastic week. New videos out on Friday. I'm still doing the shorts on Monday and Wednesday just to give you a little bite of what's going on here in Alaska. I hope your week is fantastic. And if you guys have a dream that you really want to pursue someday, start today. Do one thing today to get you to the next thing, and you'll be there in no time at all. Have a great day, guys. I'm out.
Awesome. I had to come over and grab my nail gun. I got to fucking do some framing tomorrow.